Hey, what's up guys, WQ here, and it's raining outside. I don't know where all this rain came from. It was pretty nice out for a while. Now it's raining, but that's alright because I kind of like it. So guys, I have made some decisions, some big news, big important announcement coming at you guys right now. In the past, I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe a month, a lot has changed. And in the past 3 months, my life has changed a lot, but especially in the past month, things are happening, and I've had to make some decisions about who I am, where my channel is at, my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, and then where my identity is at. And I'm also talking about my Discord right now, so if you're in my Discord, this does affect you too. So basically, I was in this A Link to Past tournament and I was treated very poorly, and ultimately it was a very bad situation and it ended very poorly, and then I had to basically withdraw from the tournament for no good reason. And nobody's actually happy with this, like none of the competitors are. I'm not. I'm actually very upset by it, and I don't think any of the viewers are happy either. So nobody's actually happy with this decision except the tournament moderators. They did not want me in the tournament, and that's why they kind of got me removed from the tournament. Now that kind of annoyed me, but it made me think about a lot of things, because the way that they got removed from the tournament is a little underhanded. And not only that, I've had a significant number of very bad interactions with these people over the past I'd say 2 years, but also 4 years, and it is continually getting worse, and it's not changing. More importantly, it's not improving, and I don't think this is ever going to improve. And also, Link to the Past is dying. It's a dying game. It's been dying for the past three years-ish. I think 2014, 2015 were decent years, but it's been in hard decline since then. And actually, I have been a lot of why it has not completely died, because I've been playing the game so much, and I kind of did a lot for it in 2017, which is really good. But unfortunately, it's dying, and I think a lot of it is because of this Link to the Past clique that is trying to basically suicide themselves. They're trying to strangle the clique because they want recognition, they want a title, and so they're basically sacrificing the game so they can keep their title, and that's pretty much what happened in the tournament. It's how it happened in the last tournament. It's what happened with the ESL trip. It's what happens with ADDQ every year. It's what happens with, there's a list, there's a long list of this. It keeps happening. It's gonna keep happening. And the other thing about this tournament, guys, there's no money involved, and so I got removed. Mostly that's a blow to my pride, and also a blow to integrity to the game. Like, I think that's kind of lame to the game. But I thought about it. It's like, this isn't really my issue. It's not really my fault, and the game is dying regardless of what I can do or not do, and it's never going to go away. Like, fortunately, speedrunning, you can always speedrun. Like, in 10 or 20 years, I could still play Link to the Past. So that's probably what's going to happen. Still, which is cool, but it's not ever going to go anywhere. So I thought about it. I think it's time for me to put the Link to the Past clique behind me. I think it's time to put that adventure of my life, that arc of my life, put it in a vault, or just put it behind me and not worry about that stuff anymore. And I thought about it a lot. I don't think the Link to the Past clique is ever going to rebound. I don't think they're ever going to see the light, improve. I don't think they're ever going to do anything positive or productive for themselves, for me, for the community. It's a bad situation. So there are two big considerations for this that really made me start thinking about moving on, because I know a lot of people want to see me save Link to the Past, and they want to see me destroy the clique, save Link to the Past, and fix this issue, and that can still happen. But there's two big things. One, guys, so I joined this tournament in January, and I said about a dozen times I almost certainly will not be entered or make it to the finals. Not due to the matches, but due to some sort of ruling or some sort of DQ. I said that about a dozen times. I was correct. I actually was correct. And I'm not surprised by that. And I realized, like, one of the tactics that the clique would do is make up a bunch of fake rulings, or just make up a bunch of bogus or arbitrary rulings, make up a bunch of restrictions, because I can't follow those restrictions, or I don't want to follow those restrictions because it's not worth it. So then I just will end up not following the restrictions, and then I'm out, right? And then they can blame me for dropping out of the tournament. So that's one of their tactics. It actually happened. That's why I'm not in the tournament. There's an issue with the rescheduling a match. I actually got the match rescheduled. They threw the match out and said I didn't follow some. They just made up some rules. I didn't follow their rules, and that's why my match didn't count. So it doesn't really make sense to me because both me and the guy I played with agreed to reschedule. It's a fun free tournament. Like, why can't we just reschedule? Like, if I miss another match, like, you can give me a match, like, DQ me. I don't mind. I said that as well, but logic and reason, that stuff doesn't make sense, right? So that's a problem. But the other thing is, I went into this tournament with about 100 subs on Twitch, which is pretty good, and that's a peak sub count. It's also a peak sub count for anybody streaming Link to the Past ever. So that's pretty cool. Like, I was literally at the highest point in terms of streaming for Link to the Past anyone's ever been. And not only that, but I was growing, and it was good stuff. So the tournament started, and I only played 3 matches, but during those 3 matches, my sub count on Twitch went from 104 to 59 in about 2.5 weeks, and then the last half week. And I don't think that's random. And then literally the day I stopped streaming, I get out of the tournament, and the day after, my sub count goes up from 59 to 85. And it's at 85 right now, and it's day 2 of not being out of the tournament. So I lost a lot of money being in this tournament, and then getting out of the tournament, that money kind of rebounded. It kind of made up for itself. So that's pretty interesting, and I don't think that's coincidence. I don't think that's random. I think a lot of that is because there's too many rules, there's too many restrictions, and the tournament moderators. And I noticed it's not my problem. Like, this isn't my problem. I was mistreated very poorly in the tournament, and I think as a top player, that's a very bad thing. It's a bad message to every other player. But I saw a lot of players were mistreated. It was not just me. A lot of players were mistreated pretty significantly. And again, it's a corrupt administration, and I think that's unfortunate. But it's hurting a lot of people, and it's too distracting, and it got me down a lot, and it got my system. And so I ended up losing a lot of money being in this tournament at all. So that was not good. Like, why did I join the tournament? Like I don't get anything out of being in it, right? Like, I can play Link to the Past on my own. There's no glory in winning the tournament. Like, it's not like Melee or League of Legends. You don't get anything out of winning the tournament because of the leaderboard, right? So there's no glory, there's no money. Everybody in the tournament, the administration, like, hates my guts. So why am I in this tournament? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And they're lying to me. They're, like, actively lying to me and lying about me and getting, like, random people to lie about me and make me look bad. So I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I in this tournament at all? It did nothing for me. I lost the money in the tournament, so I don't think I'm the only one in that boat. But that made me think. My brand is really strong. My brand is really good. It's really strong, and it's going in the right direction. And I'm doing very good in that department. And the Link to Past clique and the Link to Past brand in general is mostly dead. It's mostly non-existent. It's mostly dead. So that's bad, and I'm good. So it made me think, And then another thing, I don't think the Link to the Past moderators, administration, they're bad people. And then not only that, but there's nobody checking them. They're friends, and a lot of the neutral people. I don't think these people are very neutral. A lot of the neutral people, they're not checking them on this stuff. They're not saying, hey, this is wrong, this is messed up. They just kind of silently disagree and then move on, or they say bad things about me oftentimes too. So I think that's kind of like you're complicit if you're not saying anything. I personally, for a lot of things, I think you're complicit. I'm somebody who'll speak my mind on something, and I think they're complicit. But I think the other problem is the actual administrators. They're corrupt people, straight up. And they're never going to change. That's never going to change. So, a Link to the Past clique, the Link to the Past speedrun, the brand, it's completely done. But also, I was thinking about the Twin Galaxies thing, and there was an actual convicted child molester in the Twin Galaxies staff. Or he was a competitor, and he was, like, best friends with the people in the staff. I'm not really sure. There was a lot of corruption in Twin Galaxies, and it wasn't really like he was an administrator and he is a player, and they were separate. No, they wanted to seem like that. There were no lines, and like Todd Rogers is a really good example where he would just submit scores, like just random bogus scores, and people thought it was real. Like, people actually thought it was real. And there was an actual child molester was one of their friends. And then this issue was never resolved, and recently, like a few years ago, or maybe 5 years ago, they had that guy back at an event, a Twin Galaxies event, and there were children at that event, and I think that's pretty messed up, and nothing happened about it. Nothing happened, right? It just went on, and it's like, I don't, to me, the Twin Galaxies people and the Link to Past Clique, they're on the same level of morality. And I don't just think that, because I don't like the Link to Past Clique, right? I really hate them, and their associates too, people that associate with them. I don't like those people either, but I don't think they're very different on morality, and I think a lot of that came from Downtime Death, right? Downtime Death was bad for several reasons, but I'll get into that soon. So I don't know what's happening with the Link to Past Clique. I don't know what's happening with a lot of specific people who manage and moderate the leaderboards in the Discord. I don't know what's going on in their personal lives. I'm not really interested. I think it's messed up. I think there's something really messed up going on, very likely in a lot of those people's lives, or it's going to happen within a decade. So I don't want to be interested in that. I have no interest in being anywhat related to that in any regard. I do not care. I will never speak to those people. I will arm myself, and if those people try to harass me, fortunately, I will be armed. So the Downtime Death issue was bad. So the guy spliced the run, and that was the core of the controversy. But it was much worse than that. Like, I think if somebody splices a run, it does happen frequently in speedrunning, and it's so common. It's the type of thing that in the past 6 to 9 months, guys, I've lightened up on the issue. Like, legitimately, I've lightened up on cheating and splicing because it's so common. I think there should be strict rules about people competing and that such, but people do make mistakes. Like, just regularly, they do make mistakes. So Downtime Death is not in that pool. He's not in that pool at all because he spliced a run. He lied about nearly every possible thing he could have lied about over a span of 3 months. And then he spliced probably a dozen other runs, and then he spliced fake evidence to that he was not splicing, which, again, not only did he lie about that, but then he actually went out of his way to make fake evidence. So that was bad, because Downtime Death lied about nearly everything. There's 2 big problems with the Downtime Death thing. One, he lied about nearly everything. There's almost no consistency or almost no truth in anything he said from January to about March, right? It's an absolute disaster for Downtime Death. Now, the second big problem with that is the community's eagerness and willingness to accept his lies. The community pretty much accepted every lie he said. They accepted every falsehood, every bogus truth, every lie up until the end, with the exception of his fake evidence. They said that was fake. Every other lie they blindly accepted, though, and they still believe his lies 2 years later. So that was a big problem, because it showed to me that these people are they're stupid and they're very insecure, but some of them are corrupt. Some of them are actually morally corrupt people, and those people in the past 2 years have more clearly shown themselves since the Downtime Death controversy. And I'm not going to name any names here, but I don't go near the moderators on Speedo.com who play A Link to the Past. I don't go near them. I will never interact with those people. They are very bad human beings from what I experienced in the past 2 years, stemming from the Downtime Death controversy. So regarding Downtime Death's lies, I'm not exaggerating when I say he lied about everything. Like, he would basically lie about, he would say he quit the game, he's not coming back, and he would come back 2 days later, right? It's like, okay, whatever, that's a soft lie, it's not a big deal, like, whatever, that happens all the time. But then he said he was in school. He said he was in school in October, December, and then in January, when we asked him, or February, how'd you get so good? Where'd you get this run? He said he practiced 12 hours a day for 3 weeks offline in December, and it's like, well, I thought you were in school. Like, what happened to that? So, was he in school? Probably not. Did he practice? Well, also probably not. And he literally lied about everything. Like, there was no consistency. And then, yeah, again, the other problem was that virtually everybody accepted every lie. Like, Zelda tweeted out his hundo. So Downtime Death got a hundo PB that was 3 seconds better than his summer best a few days prior. It was 14 seconds better than his current summer best, or something like that. Hundo PB offline. No like transparency, absolute, like, just nonsense, like, just complete nonsense. Yeah, Zelda tweeted that out. This is how much the community, like, no issue. There's no problem here. His any percent PB had no video, or they had no audio in the video, right? Nobody seemed to really care. And I talked to a lot of people during the controversy, and most people, honestly, thought the run was fake. They thought the run was fake, or they didn't believe it was real, or they thought it was way too suspicious, right? So that was good. I was really hyped up by that. And also, they did go through with the evidence in March. Like, I'm hyped up by that. I think that was a good move on the linked pass click. Problem is, they pretty much said, okay, Downtime Death, is it fake? We'll let you admit it's fake, and then we can move on, and there's no issue. That was kind of the problem with me, where it's like, no, guys, that is a problem. He's lying. He's making a fake run. He's lying about it, and then you're just kind of sweeping it under the rug. Like, he's going to do it again, or who else could do this? Like, can other people do this? And actually, that's why I call it a click so frequently, is because they don't care, right, about what rules are broken. They care about who breaks the rules. If somebody else had done that, boom, cut and dry, they're banned from the leaderboards. They're banned from really competing. You know, they're banned from racing. Very cut and dry. Downtime Death, on the other hand, they wanted to give him a freebie at any time, at any point. They wanted to give him a freebie as long as he admitted to cheating. If he admits to cheating, they'll give him a freebie at any point. That's a problem, right? And actually, that played out in June, right? So this was 6 months after he started splicing. Started splicing beginning of January. It's either beginning or end of June. They put his time back on the leaderboard. And I can show you a screenshot for that actually can prove that. So they put his time back on the leaderboard. And then what happened was they did that because apparently he apologized to them in public and explained to them what happened. Or in private. Apparently, Downtime Death apologized to his clique, his friends, in private, and then explained to them what happened. So that's completely horseshit. That's just bogus times 100. Like, I don't care if you apologize to your friends that are like trying to forgive you, no matter what the circumstances are. Like, this is meaningless, right? Also, it's in private. Like, this is stupid. And then it doesn't even matter if he apologizes in public or private, or who he apologizes to. He costs too many lines. Like, his run shouldn't be on the leaderboard. Zelna, again, went out of his way to put Downtime Death's run back on the leaderboard. That's when I stopped posting my times on speedrun.com. That's why I stopped posting my times on speedrun.com. That's why I left the Discord, because then he rejoined the Discord, and he's like, does anyone care that I'm here? And guess what? The entire community is like, nah, it's no problem. Which, again, this is a little ridiculous. Maybe if he was the target of his harassment campaign, then they would have cared more, but Downtime Death had a penchant for harassing me. And again, the community ignored all this. So yeah, this is one of my problems with Downtime Death, right? This guy's a manipulator. He's a sociopath. He's a liar. Like, he doesn't care about this stuff. You know, he's the type of person who probably could do something illegal, lie about it, and not feel guilty. And it's like, I think that's an issue. And I don't think those people should be encouraged to be in speedrunning. So that was a problem. Again, number 2 problem, there's nobody that said this is bad. There's nobody that said this is a problem, except for me, and actually most of the clique said it was not an issue. Another very bad thing, and there's a lot of problems that will come out of this, one of those issues was that people who were immoral and people who were corrupt were given a freedom. They were given a free zone to operate. And a lot of those people weaseled their way into the power structure in the Link to the Past network, right? So on speedrun.com and in the Discord. And those people are very bad people, and they have continually lied about the circumstances of not only the past, the events of Link to the Past, and they continue to lie and sabotage things. And I believe I was a byproduct of that in the tournament, right? My circumstances in the tournament was a byproduct of that. So that was a giant, colossal disaster. That was a mistake on their end, right? So I don't think I was really effective in the long run, because in the long run, I've gained a pretty powerful army on YouTube. I've also gained a pretty powerful viewer base on Twitch. A lot of people are following me on Twitter. Everything's going really well for me, and I noticed that I'm not really attached to Link to the Past. I'm not really tied down to Link to the Past. I've also noticed that my ideas are getting very good. And a lot of people want to work with me and network with me. My brand is very strong. My brand is very strong right now. And I believe I'm in the infancy of my brand. It's going to go way up in the future, but I need to figure some things out first before that. So in summation, I think the Link to the Past clique is a serious problem for speedrunning. And if not now, I think it's going to be serious criminal problem in the future in some way, in some metric. I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be involved with that. So I'm going to put the entire Link of the Past debacle, the entire Clique thing. I'm putting all of that behind me. I'm putting the Clique, I'm putting the tournament, the ESL trip, all the AGDQs, I'm putting the bullying and the harassment over the years, the downtime death thing. I'm going to put that all behind me. I'm going to leave it on my channel. I changed my Discord from Link of the Past to WQ, so make sure you join the WQ Discord right now. I'm also still going to talk about it, and I'm gonna leave those videos up on my channel because I'm not going to pretend like this stuff happened, right? It happened 30 years ago with Twin Galaxies. It happened between then and now, I'm sure, with other communities. It's happening again with the Past Clique. I don't want any part with it. Personally, I think they're literally trying to suicide themselves because that way nobody will compete with them. And to me, it's pointless. It's why? So I don't want anything to do with it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm going to go straight up here from here. I'm going to profit. I like the people that watch me. I like the community I've built. I like myself a lot. I do not like the Link of the Past Clique. I do not like the majority of the nut hug depression circle that is in Link of the Past. I understand why people are frustrated or they get down on themselves when they play Link of the Past. I think I understand that better than anyone else. That's not an excuse to make the wrong decision. And that's coming from someone who's been more frustrated and depressed than anybody else, probably in speedrunning, and who has continually made the right decision. Have continually made the right decision, right? Because it's not an excuse, right? Being frustrated with the game is not an excuse to make the wrong decision. And the Link of the Past Clique, they think the right decision is allowing somebody to continue to cheat in their game. No, I don't think that makes them a lot of sense. So I'm going to put that behind me, and then I'm going to go forward from here on out in a new light, and I think it's going to work out really well. Also, what this means, if there's another tournament in the future, most likely, almost certainly, I'm not going to join it. I'm probably never going to submit a run to GDQ. I don't really care. In fact, I'm probably never going to go to a live marathon. It's just not. It's not something that I really care about. Maybe for once, for fun. Maybe I'll submit some kind of meme game because I don't know why, but GDQs and like marathons, they love accepting unique speedruns. So meme games are really unique. Good speedruns they don't care about as much, which I think is really unfortunate because in all history, people are attracted to skill. They're attracted to the good things. Unique things have clickbait value, but it's a short-lived thing. It's a short-term thing. So I think it's really unfortunate, but hey, whatever. It is how the ball game plays. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel right now, and you become an alpha gamer. And I don't just say that, guys. I actually really mean it. It's a real thing. I'll see you guys later. Keep it real. Yo, guys, what's up? WQ here, guys. I'm gonna make a follow-up on the video I just made because this is a really important part of my channel, my identity. Are these cliques, and it's not limited to speedrunning. And I actually think there's more going on. I think it's something to do with human nature. That's why they happen. But the thing about cliques, guys, they always lose. They don't win, and it goes way back in history. It goes way in any human society. I'm not sure why they exist. I really don't know. They always lose, and there's a lot of people out there who say you're wrong. You can't. I mean, the Kanye West situation, where like a lot of people are fans of Kanye West. He says what he believes in. He speaks his mind, and then they're like, okay, suddenly we're conditionally not friends with you anymore. Right, it's the same interaction happening. There's no click here, but it's the same interaction where it's like you're conditionally following somebody and then you're now saying what they should and should not think. This is an issue, right? This is the problem, this is the issue, and I don't like that stuff. I speak out about it. I'm gonna keep speaking out about that. I'll never stop speaking out about that. My experiences with the Link of the Past Clique, my experiences in the Link of the Past community, they're not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Clique culture, that's not going to change, and actually it's not even the worst thing in the world. The truth about clique culture, it's like it might not even be bad because it might just be a natural effect of how people think and how people function. And actually, truthfully, a lot of times cliques create a success culture for those who profit out of it, like me. People like me, I am actually profiting out of the Link of the Past Clique. Like everybody in Link of the Past is suffering and they're failing financially and online through branding, except me. I'm the only person that's not failing. And then those who are around me and those who copy me are actually succeeding proportionally more than the clique. So I don't think, and this stuff's super straightforward. Like I can write it, like I predicted a lot of this stuff. For example, the tournament, it's all output based, right? It's all based on reward, it's based on looking good, right? And the whole point of the tournament is they'll have finals on the front page of Twitch and it'll probably get several thousand viewers. That's the whole point of the tournament, right? But this is all image, it's all output based. Most of those people don't care, most of those people aren't interested. Look at people like Glad Jonas, look at these YouTubers. I mean, even look at me, guys, and I'd say I'm pretty small right now for where I am, even though, truthfully, I'm pretty big deal in speedrunning. But I basically get that many views on my YouTube videos. Like, if I want a few thousand views, not really hard for me. Like, I get several hundred views per Twitch stream. Like, per stream I'll get hundreds of views, right? So getting a few thousand views, it's all output based, right? And you can predict that. And the problem is the people in the tournament, they spend their whole livelihood managing it. That's where it becomes output based, and that's where they lose, and that's where this stuff's predictable. And it's interesting because that's not how I operate, and I'm the one succeeding. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the clicks. Like I'm really not, but hey, you know what? There's success in front of me. I'm gonna ride that wave. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you stay alpha, stay gaming, guys. Make sure to keep rocking hard, balling harder than anyone else, doing better than anyone else. I'll see you guys later.